Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of EverWorker Live. My name is Austin Bram, and I am the AI evangelist here at EverWorker. And today I have the privilege of interviewing someone that we've actually had on the stream before, Yanut. So Yanut, thanks for joining. If you wouldn't mind, please give everyone just a brief introduction of who you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Yanut. I'm AI engineer and I'm building AI workers, really interesting AI workers in those days.
Absolutely. So we're actually going to look today at a sales Battlecard AI worker that Yanut has built, and he's kind of customized it actually for me from what I hear. So I'm really excited to actually see it. So Yanut, thanks a lot. For everyone here, we're going to go through just a brief presentation for you all to kind of set the stage for the most part about why we're here and why is it important to really start with AI now and to learn more about AI now. So first things first, what we have is our agenda. So we're going to be going over kind of what are AI workers, some of the benefits and ROI of agentic AI, introducing this actual sales Battlecard AI worker from Yanut, and then he's going to show a brief demo of how it would work. And from there, we're going to kind of talk about how you can approach implementing and employing, as we call, the sales AI worker in your business, as well as some use cases. And then we'll talk about our free certification and leave time for question and answer at the very end. What I always like to stress here is this is meant to be fun. This is meant to be interactive as much as possible. So depending on where you're kind of streaming this from, you can leave comments, you can leave chats, and more or less we can see exactly what questions you might have or anything interesting that comes to your mind. So please, as we're going through, if you have anything that comes to your mind, throw it in the comments if you're on LinkedIn, throw it in your chat if you're in YouTube or on StreamYard, and we'd love to interact with you all live on the stream. So first things first, what is an AI worker? We believe that AI workers are fundamentally different than AI agents. So we're kind of trying to change the paradigm to AI workers. AI agents are more or less Gen AI, so chatbots plus tools or being able to do actions through things like, MCP or different servers. And when it comes to an AI worker, we believe that it's doing more holistic work, not just tasks here and there. And they are able to analyze, understand, decide, execute, and learn all on their own to be a part of your workforce, which is why we're starting to talk about things called the AI workforce, which is you have your human workforce augmented by a whole AI workforce alongside of you. So then this is kind of just what a general structure would look like. You have your instructions, which is going to be like your prompt, what you want this AI worker to do. It's going to have knowledge, which is going to be the database that holds your internal knowledge on the back end and actually can learn and see and keep that context for every single run. And then it can be connected to skills, this is where we're going to be actually connecting to anything with an API through our universal connector, which is taking away and abstracting all the complexity away from needing to know how APIs actually work or needing to find some MCP server and actually hoping that it works. So we take care of all of that complexity for you. And we pretty much use the LLMs as our brain to our AI workers. So there is no engineering that is actually required here. Now, although Yanut and the other, solutions architects that I interview on this stream, on these streams, although they are engineers themselves, it is not required. Like through you actually taking time on these live streams, you yourself will start to learn how you can build these yourself because it's very intuitive. And everything is going to be tailored and can be tailored as much as you like to your business. And as well as you have the expertise more or less built in because you have us doing these live streams, making podcasts, interviews, demo videos, all of that. So EverWorker, we believe, is fundamentally the fastest time to market and the lowest cost to create and employ AI workers. We take care of all of the complexity underneath the hood so that all you have to worry about is a beautiful AI worker that is finished and able to be employed and deployed to your whole organization or to whoever you would like in your business. And yes, all of this is going to be backed by actual real life data that AI is increasing both revenue and EBITDA. It does have real ROI. There's still plenty of people that are saying, oh, there's no real ROI behind AI. Well, we're seeing it. We're even seeing it ourselves. So that is a huge aspect that people need to now come to grips with. They can no longer really use that as an excuse. So we fundamentally believe that your next SDR is going to be an AI worker. So in the sales development world, the sales organizations, we believe that AI workers will be a huge part in augmenting your abilities. McKinsey has said that sales professionals who use AI are reported to have a 50% surge in leads and appointments, which that's what we all want. That's what salespeople need, obviously, for business. Sales is no longer solely about the art of persuasion. It has become a matter of survival in an AI-driven world. So I'm sure all of you are seeing it, and we're all seeing it, that AI is fundamentally here. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. We have to adapt and start implementing this now so that you don't get left behind by a competitor that is implementing AI. So that's why we fundamentally believe that it's so important for us to teach as many people as we possibly can about how to employ their own AI workers in their business. But with all that said and done, let's bring Yanut back in here and start asking some questions and learn more about this AI worker that he's built. So Yanut, I'm going to bring you back onto the stage here. So let's start off, Yanut. If you wouldn't mind, could you just give like a broad description about what is this sales Battlecard AI worker before we even, you show us how to use it?
Sure. So this AI worker that I will present today, it's supposed to generate in a couple of seconds a battle card for a given company URL. We just need to provide the company URL and then it will generate the key informations for us, like a company overview, the products, weaknesses, and like the key informations we need when we have to analyze a company. Now I will go and then try to present how easy it's actually to build it, and then the entire structure. First of all, here it has the input, which is, as I mentioned, the company URL. I put our company website URL in here, and then next it's are the data sources for us. So we are using actually 4 data sources, I will say, for this worker. One data source, it's an external API from where we get some company details like a tech stack or reviews from the internet. And then another data source is actually the company website and all the information from the website. And the last one, it's the template for the Battlecard. We have this template in our memory, and then I will run the agent in a few seconds, and then I will show you the template we are using with all the key points, and then how easy we can change a header if needed. And then the
Great.
most
But
important,
but before you go too deep into this as well, I'd love to be able to learn a little bit more about what I guess the what's and the whys behind all of this. So on your basically what you're saying is you found more or less different APIs somewhere. It could be on Rapid API, it could be from
that's
another
right.
source, but anything with an API, and you connected it as more or less data points for this AI worker to pull from. But then you also used the idea of RAG basically by adding in the template that you want it to use every time into the internal knowledge of this AI worker. Is that correct?
Yes, this is correct. So as you mentioned, we are actually using Rapid API for this one, and then
Okay.
from the reg, we extract the template and the key points we want to find information for using
Oh, nice.
using the AI worker. And then all those details, they are actually connected to the brain of the AI worker, where we see the user prompt, where all the data sources are connected, like the URL, the reviews, the tech stack, and the template from the memory. And we have the system prompt, where we have like plain English with all the instructions for the AI worker. So
Yeah.
actually, this is like training a new employee in your company. It's just
Yeah.
English and then um, some data sources to
Sure.
learn.
That makes total
And
sense. I feel like that's something that I feel like is really important for a lot of people to understand. There is the fact that you can customize more or less these nodes with these LLM nodes with your own system prompt, that usually, like when you're going to ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini, either every single time you have to kind of give it a system prompt, but then it always has its own system prompt that it's following. So every time you're restarting and stopping and starting it, you also, for the most part, have to do it again, unless you have like your own created GPT or gem, which in and of itself just adds complexity. But then you yourself, and if once you put the system prompt in, so like in your case that you have right here, it just stays. It's always there, and
yes.
you can change it if you'd like. Like it's everything's right in front of you in a very easy format, basically.
Yes, here it's actually the thing that I mentioned with the instruction, like make sure you stick the same format like in the template. So this is how we actually instruct the AI worker to use the template we provide for the battle card.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, and the last part of this AI worker, it's an email generation. It has the power to generate an email where we actually can try to suggest a meeting or something with the given company if we want to do this thing. Here it's a
Gotcha.
node where we are connected with Outlook and we send the email. We just provided like the name and the company and the company details from the battle card.
Okay. So it's more like, so this is what this is it's basically, so it's done all the research, gone through, created the battle card, but then it's also created a cold email to go out to that company after the fact as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I
Now
have
I will, sorry, go.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I wanted to say that I want to run it and then see some results
Oh, okay.
first, and then
Yeah.
if we click on play here, then it will run and we can see what results are generated for our company.
Oh,
I
wow,
will
look how
go,
fast it's going through.
yes, I will go to this page as an example, and here we will see the details. Let's see if it, here we see that the brain actually generated the output for us, and if we go in this page, we should see them here like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we see
Oh,
the
and
company
I just got it.
overview
I
in
just got
here.
an email too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should also have the email. I think I can
Yep.
see the email on my sends list.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Looks like I got that email too. Okay. So this is like super interesting. So like it goes through, takes away the complexity behind, let's say, if you're an SDR or just anyone in sales, the whole idea of needing to do a little bit of research behind a prospective client, more or less, or a lead that you have, so that you can learn about them, maybe um, know how to speak to their actual pain points, things like that. So like this immediately makes me think, is like, on top of this, do we have, how easy would it be to just like, let's say in my case, what I'm thinking is, once I have all of this information about whatever, in this case we looked up EverWorker, how easy would it be to then, based off that information that it created on the battle card and all the information on the company it has, add in the ability to get, like, let's say, pain points that we can speak to, so that the sales rep can actually know, hey, we see that you're struggling with X, Y, and Z. So, obviously it can just help with the sales process. How easy would that be?
Yes, it's easy to do it. We can do it right now. It'll
Okay.
take around a minute to do it. So we just need to click here on the plus button and then use a new LLM node
Okay.
like here. To this node, we need first of all to connect the company details generated in here, like in the user prompt.
Gotcha.
And we will mention here like company details, right? And then
Okay.
let's write a system prompt like the instructions for the workers. So we'll type you are a sales worker as an example, some basic using the company details, create a list with, let's say, 5 as an example, sales topics to address their, I don't know, pain points.
Okay.
Okay, now we can also select the model, the LLM from this list. This is here it's a list with all the available LLMs we have into our platform. For example, maybe I will change from 3.5 and I will select maybe 4.1 because like a newer
Yeah.
version of GPT. And then let's connect the output to the agent outputs in here. And then we can also name this output like pain points in this
Oh,
way.
great.
And then we can now run again the agent.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, like, basically what you can think of this as is, when you are more or less thinking of the architecture, how you would, like, let's say, Yanut's a sales director, and he's trying to teach me, maybe like an entry level sales SDR or something like that, what to do. He would more or less be like, okay, I want you to follow these different steps, ABC 1, 2, 3, and he set up his workflow like that, how you would explain to a human worker. And then, just like maybe with the human worker, you're ideating back and forth, hey, what if we add in some pain points? He can now just easily add that straight into the canvas, so that in this case it can create, like, there it is. Yeah, five pain points that now I can speak to. And I assume with this, like, you could then connect this to that cold email as well, so that in that email you can, like, change the system prompt to be like, oh, hey, I want you to speak to, maybe add in one of these pain points and how we can help. I mean, you don't
Yes, for
necessarily have to
sure.
do it right now if you don't want to, but, like, I can see how now that would make sense.
We can easily link this LLM node that generates the pain point for us to the compose and send email. And then
Okay.
into the send email, we will need to change a bit the prompt that generates
Sure.
the email for us.
But it's definitely a doable task,
Yeah,
basically,
for
of
sure.
like,
It is like a 2-3 minutes task probably
okay,
to get it done. It depends on what we want to achieve,
sure,
right?
sure.
But it should be
And
an easy one.
I feel like this is the kind of thing that I feel like we're all like most of us are always talking about, and we all do it ourselves. Is the idea of sure we start with something, so it's almost like starting with an MVP, your minimal viable product, of let's just get something out the door that can start helping us now, and then as you start using it and as you start getting more and more repetitions behind using it, you have more and more ideas of how you can keep building on AI workers, or and then in the case of maybe your team or us or other people, you have other AI workers that are part of doing different functions, but maybe you want to add them together. You have the ability to actually connect different AI workers together to kind of start stacking and making your own AI workforce, more or less, of what we're saying there. It does multiple different things across multiple different domains.
Yes, here as an example, it's this compose and send email. It is an AI worker itself, so we are just connect. It is just connected into this main battle card worker.
Gotcha. Oh, and I see here that we have a question on LinkedIn from Adam Runyon. Thanks for the comment, Adam. How easy is it to generate an agent to help generate decision makers and pain points a client may have before every meeting with a client? So yeah, that's a great question. I feel like that's inherently a something that we were talking about. Like that's another iteration that I'm sure you could just add on to this. Is now maybe we can connect your team's transcript of a call that a previous introductory call that you had with this person to actually learn more about their pain points, and then connect it to that pain points LLM, and then there's I guess there's so many different ways, right,
Yes,
that you can start
I
keep adding
see.
on to this.
I see an AI worker with a mix of information with the information from battle cards where we have the macro details about the company combined with a meeting transcript or something where all the details about customer challenges are discussed. So in this way, the AI worker will be able to generate like some topics and decisions based on the challenges and
Yep.
the details.
Yep. That's like, because like, I guess when we think about it, like for anyone that's watching and you're in sales, how often, obviously, you're meeting with clients every day, all day, and that's probably going to be tons of different clients over. You're not having the same meeting over and over and over again. So like the ability to not only have that transcript connected to each of your meetings, so that and then at the end it comes out with this battle card. It comes out with the pain points, maybe a description. What else you want to add? So that every single time you have that context where you don't have to remember, or in a lot of cases people just writing down handwritten notes over and over and over again. Maybe you forget some things. Having an AI worker that's assisting you every step of the way, I feel like that could be a big game changer for you, Adam, and for anyone that's from a sales department. So I really appreciate that question. But let's move on to actually first off, thank you very much for kind of showing this. I want to jump back in a little bit to the demo here, or the slides here, and actually I'll add you back into Nut as part of this. So in this case, how do we approach applying for here? This is actually, you can think of it as project management, but also sales as together. How can you add that to more or less your business? So every EverWorker connects to your system, any system, whatever you want to call it, any data source. As long as there's an API, it can connect to it. And that's delivering an AI worker that's that deeply understands your specific business. So like let's use Adam's example actually again from previous of like he wants to then use all of this to create more or less a battle plan for speaking to a customer before every meeting with them on their pain points. With connecting your internal knowledge into our knowledge engine in our EverWorker platform, every time that worker runs, it knows who Adam Runyon LLC or whatever it is. It knows who EverWorker is. It knows our positioning. It knows everything about us, so that when it makes this battle plan, this battle card, this email, all that, it already has who you are, your brand as part of it. So that's a huge aspect of our platform that, people like as you just saw, you're able to connect to anything with an API. And I feel like that's a huge previous pain point when it comes to people that have been trying to connect to APIs and they're not developers. It can be kind of confusing for people. But then we have, how can our team actually help you? So it can start off with a few different things. We have our discovery workshops, which is more or less where we come together with your team to ideate, to figure out where would these AI workers best fit into your organization. And at the end, to then develop a few AI workers that you can see and alongside of you to make sure that it's something that would actually fit your organization. We also have like Unut and the other AI engineers that I interview here with AI worker creation, where you're saying, I get all this. This is great. We want you to do it for us, basically, where we can meet with you and figure out and almost have a sprint to create a POC and actually create the AI workers for you to see if you like them. And of course, you're working with our team. If something's not right, you take it back to Unut and say, hey, can you add in 5 pain points, and they can do it just like you saw in real time, where we'll create those AI workers for you. But then also we have our on-site and online training, where we are basically teaching you and whoever you want to be there how to think about implementing AI workers into your business, how to think about just conceptually, architecturally, how can I do this in my own business, so everyone can learn to fish, not just have us fish for you. You learn to fish, and here's the fishing rod, which is the EverWorker platform to actually fish yourselves. But then here are some of those high impact use cases by different functions. You have a ton of marketing and growth team use cases. You have a ton of sales and business development use cases, customer success and account management. All of this can be easily fit in, and we've done a bunch of other live streams on these other functions. But today we have the sales and business development. Here's just some quick thoughts, quick use cases that maybe once you hear it, you can start to see, oh yeah, maybe here's another idea that I might have around something that I can do. We have discovery call summarization and a next steps AI worker. So kind of actually like what Unut even talked about for Adam, taking the transcript and then taking it through a bunch of LLMs to figure out, summarize it, figure out the pain points, figure out next steps, maybe email it to your team, put it in your CRM, Slack it to your team, whatever it is. We have an RFP/proposal requirement extraction AI worker, extract the RFP information. What are all the questions? What do we need to respond to? How does our company help with X, Y, or Z? And then emailing it back to the client, whatever it is. And then a sales call coaching and analysis AI worker is just another interesting idea that I feel like a lot of the sales organizations are starting to use, as well as the idea of AI can help your sales representatives close more deals, basically by giving real coaching. So giving these transcripts, it sits on the meeting with you, and it can actually see everything that you're saying, how you're saying it, how does it connect to your internal knowledge, so that oh, this person's a little bit off of brand by saying this, things like that. So lots of different, obviously these are 3 more or less minuscule ideas of what you can do as an AI worker when it comes to sales. But now imagine this. you have more ideas that are popping into your head where you're thinking, this is a repeatable process that happens over and over and over again. This is the perfect place to add in an AI worker, so that maybe by the end of this, you have 8 AI workers that do different parts of a sales development representative's role, whatever it is. And when you connect all of those together, you have that holistic work that we're talking about, not just task, which you can be if these are all individual, but you can connect them all together. So that's kind of the big picture that we want you to think about. Is it's sure, if you look at each AI worker as a single unit, it is doing a task. But then if you add on more complexity and you keep adding on to it, then you start to see, okay, it's doing real work for me. So now after all this, I also want to talk about our AI Academy, our EverWorker Academy, which is a free academy for anyone that wants to learn about AI. I'm constantly looking at what is the latest and greatest certifications. I'm trying to take as many as I can. I know a lot of you are as well. Take our EverWorker Academy, AI Fundamentals for Business Professionals course that is free, and it comes with a certificate where at the end you can post it to your LinkedIn and pretty much show everyone, hey, I am dedicating myself to preparing for the AI workforce future that is coming, and it is here at the same time. So it is a great way for you to prepare yourself on one hand, but then also show your expertise, because this is being written in real time. You being one of the few people that's actually learning about the AI workforce makes you steps ahead of everyone else. So if you want to sign up for EverWorker Academy, all you have to do is head over to www.workeracademy.ai and sign up. It's completely free, the whole thing through. We're going to continuously add more and more courses in the future. But if you want to join in, head over to there right now. But then lastly, I just want to thank you all for joining today. And let me add Yunut here. Thank you, Yunut, for stopping in today and really showing us the Sales Battlecard AI worker. For anyone that is interested in having a personalized demo where someone like Yunut and our AI engineering team can help you think about how can you start implementing AI workers into your business, and even showing you some examples of how you can use it in your business, you can head over to everworker.ai and schedule a demo with us. But Yunut, thank you so much for joining today, and I really look forward to our next interview with you.
Thank you very much.
All righty, everybody. Thank you very much for joining, and we will see you next week.